He's an asshole.
We have some of those in this group, right, Gummer?
Yeah.
We have a letter of introduction to this particular asshole, though.
Welcome to Roll Q, where super nerds with questionable accents tell a great story. I'm your GM Q. We saved a C for you, so grab your dice. Let's roll. We are rolling out of the village of Barovia. We have had our last stand against the zombies. We have had a confrontation with a vampire spawn of traveling southwest on the road, and the fog starts to creep around your feet. The rain begins just a drizzle. The road turns muddy, and you begin winding your way back through the tall, dark trees. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves. The trees are pressing in close, casting very deep shadows.
I will play some walking music.
I think that'd be great. It's always very helpful. As you tootle along through the woods, it's not too far before you'd see sort of an old arched stone bridge. You can see that it sort of spans the river from here that you can see looks very clear and blue. Again, it's sort of the only nice looking thing you've seen since you've been here. The river does seem clear and lovely.
I'm
yes,
wondering, sorry, I am very thirsty, DM. So, Oksana, if we are having opportunity to get close, I would like to go down to the riverbank.
Okay.
And get water.
So it's in the distance, probably takes you about 25 or 30 minutes to get there, but sure enough, you are at the crossroads right now. The road is about to head to the bridge, and if you head off to the right or left, you can go down to the riverbank.
Is it okay, team, guys, friends, Mr. Irina, like that we take short, double short break to sit and get water? So we have potential to speak to each other? Or not? I don't have to speak to you.
I mean, Sam's flute playing is pleasant enough, but indeed it is the first time I've really been around the same people. A chance to converse outside of letters might be the right thing to do at this point. We'll need water, so if you wish to
But
pause
come
right
with
on
me.
the desert.
Yes, come with me. Let's go get water. Anybody else want to come?
I do not
Sure.
require water.
Gummer is
Just
like
in-
begrudging.
Just in case somebody falls in.
As those of you who are heading down to the riverbank, you can see the river's probably about 50 feet across. It might be deep in the middle. Where you are, though, it seems to be shallow for quite a while, and you could actually wade fairly far out, it looks like. As you reach down and touch the water, it's very cold, very crisp. And as you sort of scoop it, it is sweet and good. And
This
seems
is amazing.
as clean as can be.
But not like unnaturally so.
No, it's completely natural. For
Okay.
you who have had probably all kinds of different water, both good and not good, in your travels, it's quite good. It's as good as any you've had.
Oksana will take her like carafe or water bladder or
Canteen.
camelback.
Bladder would be
Canteen,
fine.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And start to fill it up.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
So Cormac,
Go ahead.
I have a question for Cormac. I know we were probably wanting to move on faster, but I really am curious. You know, you seem haunted, and it's very important that I understand why you're haunted for like safety purposes, so that you could like enlighten me. I won't tell anyone. Gummer is good. He's very close to the ground. Most people can't hear him, so he probably won't say anything, right, Gummer?
Gummer is he has taken off his boots and is stomping around in the mud on the bank. He is not paying attention to what you're saying at all.
Love.
I really think I don't mind telling you. You're right. It is for your own safety. It makes sense. But I wonder if perhaps all of us should know. And I would be interested at this point to know something about how everyone came to be here. Because if we're going to understand why we're here, if there's any reason it's all of us, it might be. best to
Oksana will
involve
yell
everyone.
really quickly. Oksana will be like, totally not stealthy. Be like, hey, guys, we all have secrets we need to listen to. Come on and share.
Sam looks at Irina, shrugs his shoulders, and says, "Pardon me, I must share in some secrets."
Well, you're not going to leave me out. I'm coming with you. She'll walk down with you.
Can Lyriel like close enough to them that she can hear them. How tall is the bridge? So
From down by the riverbank, the bridge is probably 15 or 20 feet high. But from the road, it's pretty much a straight. It curves a little bit going over, but it's a pretty straight stone bridge.
is there like a ledge to the bridge?
There's sort of
Like a
ledges
wall?
on either side. Yeah.
Okay.
You can probably walk.
Lyriel
I
will
would say
kinda
2
hop up.
across, and then yeah.
Lyriel kind of wants to like hop up and sit on the ledge above where everybody's sitting, if that's close enough to talk to them.
Yeah.
As well.
You can
Okay.
sort of hop up on the ledge and sort of look down at them.
Okay.
Sam will wade
So-
a few feet into the water and use this opportunity to begin scouring the zombie gore out of his stone crevices.
Doesn't Gummer have black bile all over him? I feel.
I think Gummer washed up though, didn't he?
Yeah, there was some washing up.
Oh yeah,
before,
that's
before
well.
dinner
He
the night
washed off
or before
his
breakfast.
face.
Can't remember.
Yeah. I don't know that he really cared about his armor.
Yes, there's not been a laundry to help you with that since you've arrived.
Lyriel would have cleaned herself using prestidigitation, so she's fine.
Hey, and she said it right, so she's able to do the spell this time.
I know.
Hey.
First try.
Now we can all stay clean.
It works doubly well.
Well,
Cormac was
Oksana
sharing.
Yes, Oksana was demanding to know everything about me, of course, and it occurred to me that if we ought to understand whether there's any good reason for us to be here, it would make sense for us to share a bit more about ourselves. Even you, Irina, we now know that you were not originally part of the family that we found you in, and so I don't know. I really have no expectation as to whether there's any explanation or motivating force that brings all of us together, but we must have the information. For my part, well, perhaps a focus on Sam's stony body at this moment is all too perfect an image from which to think about the creatures that I know some of you have seen joining us in battle and otherwise plaguing me. You see, my father's home, my home, is an imposing, even foreboding manor house, nothing like the one we were in before, of course, but he oft would banish me to its farthest upper reaches when noble guests came calling or he simply couldn't stand the sight of me. My only escape was onto the rooftop, adorned as it was with all manner of grotesqueries and gargoyles designed to convey not only the rainwater but also my father's importance. Now, though it excuses nothing, you must understand that my older half-brother routinely tormented me with no little enthusiasm. On one occasion, and I dare say he was long past the age at which maturity should have moved him beyond any interest in my pitiable existence, he pursued me out onto the gables. He began straight away with his familiar taunts regarding my father's lack of feelings for me, no news to me, of course, but also his own intention to excise me from the household as soon as he had a sufficient hand in the affairs of the estate, a time which was fast approaching. Also fast approaching, a storm of lightning and thunder came upon us then, and I remember only flashes of the next moments. My half-brother backing me against a parapet, snickering at his threat to throw me over, a burst of lightning illuminating his face, a swiftly moving shadow behind him, losing my grip on the gargoyle at the edge of the roof behind me as though it had shifted, and the sound of my brother's scream, which ended either when the thunder overcame it, or when his body hit the ground below, I know not which. These grotesque entities have bound themselves to me ever since, and they seem to act in my interest, although I don't know that I believed or expressed that it was in my interest that he should be thrown from the roof if that's what happened, but I count myself answerable for the consequences that befall those around me, and that is why I worry about all of you spending so much time with you, but you do seem able to take care of yourselves. I don't know if there's anything that troubling that has pushed the rest of you here, but I begin to find maybe this is the right place for me. Nevertheless, I don't know that it was an executable offense.
But
Half
you didn't
brother,
ask
by the
for
way.
him. You didn't ask for him to die, right?
I don't think so.
And
Yeah.
it's not your fault.
I will admit that this is perhaps the smoothest version of events that I have, well, on my many days alone on the road before meeting you all, sort of imagined I would relate to anyone, but I know you all well enough now, and we are in such strange circumstances that perhaps I should go farther to admit just how much of a relationship of sorts I cultivated with those gargoyles before this happened. I spent a lot of time up there treating them as though they were friends or gods or someone to pray to or whine to. I may have given them certain impressions, but I didn't know they were real.
Did you get the sense that they were like attracted to you? Like,
Like I do now.
so what does that have to do with Sam?
But just that
'Cause
he's
you
made of
seem
stone
very
and stalks me every
attracted.
time I see him.
Oh.
When first
Sam,
we
do
met,
you know
if I hadn't been in a
Gargoyle?
I have seen them. Not Cormac's gargoyles, but other gargoyles.
How would you know
Can-
they're not his?
I do not believe his are the ones that adorned the temple to the Morning Lord back home.
and I will certainly confirm that none of those are. I see some repeating entities. There are certain ones that seem, I don't know, more pliable than others that I have come to know, and none of them look exactly like Sam, but it was still quite a shock to meet him speaking to me in a bar. But where, if not obviously from my own terrors, where do you come from, Sam?
I was found. I was found within an ancient ruin and given to Sir Istival, a great man who taught at an academy to train young adventurers. It is where Oksana and Gummer and I met.
So you were found, like, I try to understand, like, what powers you. Like, do you have a heart? And they're like, you know,
I do not have a heart, but I am capable of feeling.
Well, there's very little evidence that the heart is actually related to feeling, but that's another matter entirely.
this is very meta.
I
How
do
long
not
ago was
know
this,
the
Sam?
nature of my creation. I have no memory before I was activated for Sir Istival's service. It is possible I was in a dormant state.
Was it the two of you who found him? Oksana, come on. With
No,
him.
I was. Yes, no, he was. He was there when I got there. Like he had been there for what, quite some time. Or am I wrong?
Several years, I believe.
Yeah, and
I
he
was
showed up
initially
even.
the training dummy.
Wait, you
I'm
were
He really-
I'm afraid.
Yes, I was initially used as a drill exercise. But then I became more myself. And Sir Istival moved me into the barracks.
It is fascinating. I wonder if it's some property of the stone of which you've made itself. There are quite a few stones with magical properties and various other things. If I can get over the strangeness of it and your odd appearance to my other issues, I would be very interested in studying, well, you more closely, perhaps.
That
Why
would
him?
be fascinating.
Oksana's really uncomfortable and really upset that he does not want to do the same with her.
All right, Oksana, we can see your bursting. Tell us what your deal is.
Oh no, I wanted to find information about you, but I got it, and then I heard more information through this interview about Sam.
It doesn't seem like all
What?
you've heard. You hear other things, something in your head.
Oh, that asshole. You know, I don't
Good
even know
looking,
his
Master
name. No, I think there's many assholes in this situation.
You busted it wide open, Cormac.
That's right.
I've been
Patron is
playing
the
the long
burgomaster
game.
Well, I guess I should just lay it all out here because, you know, I want to get close and I want to be like closer to having human emotions. Like, I think that's why I like Sam so much. Is like I'm living but not really living, and he's not living but really living, I think. But anyway, I have like a little man, really little, and she like looks up. It's like tiny man, in my head, I have not always had this, but I work for underground criminal society in a big town in, well, big city in Waterdeep, right? Have you been there?
I can't remember whether Waterdeep is north of Daggerford or south, and where I was coming from.
It's north.
But let's say I haven't gone through yet. No.
Well, it is very shady place. And where I was from, part of it, I was raised in like training sort of facility for children. It was really bad because it was like, forced labor. But I learned how to be the most amazing assassin. And I taught them about the most artistic and most extravagant, interesting ways to slay these bad people. So they started to become like threatened by me, and eventually I was so good that they tried to kill me. And they stabbed me in a church for all things. I mean, hello, like morning Lord. Sorry. My mind went many different places, could not figure out what I was saying. The Morning Lord, like, it wasn't in his church, but, Anyway, point being, I was dying, and the little man show up and he say, I will save you if, you do things for me. And what he asked me to do was just simply be amazing and practice my art. And I figured this is not trade-off to be alive. Except for I have to hear from him and his opinions. But to be really honest, it is getting rather exhausting because I am constantly having to explain my brilliant artwork, and everyone doesn't understand my bloodlust. It's really not bloodlust. It is trying to, like, follow the rules of my patron. This is small man in my head. So, yeah.
You
I
said
thought you said you did it to honor them.
I lied. I guess I lied. It was uncomfortable. I mean, he is fiend. Like, I know what fiends, like, I get it. Sam, I see where you're going. I am not undead or fiend, but I definitely have to keep myself alive so I don't get dragged into underworld society because I am too pretty for that, and it's, my shoulder pads. So, yeah. That is my story. Oh, and I like to save children from burning fires because I am also a good person. That might be a lie.
how much do you have to fear from an organization that only asked you to kill bad people?
Right? Right. This is what I was saying. But they clearly told my handler, Constantine, that, I need to be a little less elaborate and drawing a little less attention. But I just know it's because I was way more creative. For example, we had really bad men, trust me, very bad with the youth, and he needed to go. So when he was murdered by yours truly, I placed him in dynamic position that make it look exactly like something that he needed to know or be related to this terrible act he was involved in. So I basically chop up each part of his body for every youth that he was hurting or killing or whatever. And then I stack it up and it was in shape of a child. They didn't like that. I thought it was great.
Sounds
I don't know.
appropriate.
They're
to me.
threatening. Thank you. I love it. I love that you say that. I love your hair. I don't understand though why you won't tell me really what kind of instrument. I said it was like maybe violin or like an oboe, but you did not tell me more about that.
It's a fiddle. My dad made it.
And how do you feel about your father?
I miss him.
Did he die at your hand or something like that?
No, he's alive, as far as I know. Him and my mom.
Those common elements are hard to come by.
I really like you, Lyriel. I really do. Your hair, on point. Your fiddle playing, on point. But when we ask you direct question, we get very short one declarative sentence. So I'm wondering if maybe you elaborate with 3 sentences, or even at least just one with about 5 descriptors and maybe a couple more subjects.
My life wasn't terribly interesting, Oksana. I grew up with my family in a caravan, just me, my mom, and my dad. And then they wanted me to get married, and I didn't want to, so I left.
Ah, I get this marriage component. Got it. I got it.
Yeah, he was an asshole, so I left. I didn't want to get married, especially to him, and so I left. That's it.
Ivrina, do you like? I feel like I am therapist in the moment. Ivrina, do you identify with this? Is there something related to like having to leave? Like you want to leave? He's making you. You're a brother.
He's not making me. My brother can't make me do anything. We now have... There may be more Barovians in Vallaki than there are in Barovia now. Yes, my brother is sending me away to protect me, and perhaps the further from Castle Ravenloft I get, the further from Strahd I get, the safer I am. But I'm not going to go and hide. This is not my way. If he's making me do anything, I'm being sent as an ambassador. It's a diplomatic mission of sorts. And I hope very much that I'll be able to bring my people home.
I think you have hit upon something, Oksana. I mean, Sam is enough of a mystery that we can be forgiven for excluding him from the analysis, but the others of us so far do have reasons to be away from where we were. Gummer, what do you run from?
Oh, nothing. At this point, he has gone full like toddler, and he is seated on the bank. He has built like a little pile of mud between his legs. He has taken off his pocket rock and he has stuck it in the top, like it's the eye of Providence looking over the river.
Perhaps it's simply that we're all as comfortable here as anywhere else.
There is something I do not understand.
That's more than a few things
One
I'm
thing?
willing to admit.
Oksana, if you do not pose the bodies to honor them, then why do you do it?
Well, that is very important question. I think that there is, like you say, light of the morning Lord, and it is light, and then the undead evil things are dark, right? I mean, that's
I believe
what
I
makes
follow
sense.
you.
Okay, yes, follow me. And so these bad people that I must take care of, they do not deserve a, kind burial to be honored. Now, I did tell Irina, I am very sorry. I know you care about your dead. I did tell Ismark that I was trying to help him, honor his dead, but this was definitely a lie. Just because I am told by tiny, minuscule man in my head that I must do this thing now. Before it was literally making statement, although artistic. But now I have to do it with pretty much any body I come across. I guess it's
Irina
price to
will
pay.
sort of walk not super close to you, but sort of circling around you, and she'll say, I'm sorry, could we go back to the part where you were doing something to my father? I think I've missed something.
Well, I was talking to your brother and we settled the score. There was nothing wrong with your father. He was very kindly, laid to rest. And there's really nothing to discuss there. It was actually terrible representation, disclosure of artwork anyway, so I kind of want to forget it exists. We are good, right? Right.
But you
Okay.
said you were doing it to honor them, and I defended you to Ismark, saying it was to honor them. You have now
Yes,
said
so
you were lying,
this
which means
is...
you made me lie.
Okay. This is good point. But this is example of black and white thinking. Sometimes you have to say lie to make someone feel better. I say lie to help Ismark feel better so he did not feel stressed about tiny minute men in my head making me do said things. I just did not feel like I should share all of this information with you. But now I am come clean, and maybe you forgive me, please.
I am disappointed.
Oksana will take her water bottle, whatever you said that was called. I am sorry I disappoint you, Sam. I have all the water I need. I am ready to move forward. I don't want to hear about anyone else. I will go wait by the, the woods? No, the road. And she's obviously upset.
As you walk up towards the road, Oksana, you'll hear in your head, well, now you've gone and done it. Honesty. And now, they all look at you. And when they look at you, they don't trust you. You were better off when you were lying, and I suggest you start lying again.
It does not make sense for me to lie for people. I mean, they are my friends now. I feel like we are close and that we are building, like, friendship bracelets and things like that. But now Sam does not trust me, so I need to be more like disclosing of information. Otherwise, I will get killed.
What I will do to you is much worse than death. I believe you need a reminder. I'll see you in your dreams.
I thought you were going to make me roll. I'm like grabbing.
Nope.
Oksana's patron's
No,
a
he's-
dick.
He's completely absent now.
Everybody else good? Gummer, I love what you have done. You have given yourself like mud mask.
Don't try and talk to me to make yourself feel better.
Oksana
Summer, don't
says
be mean.
nothing.
He'll shake the
Thank
mud
you.
from him and put his boots back on, and then he'll dunk Pocket Rock into the river and then put it back on, and then get back to the road.
As you guys are up the bank, sort of getting yourselves back together, getting ready to travel, you hear far ahead of you on the road in the direction you are going what sounds like galloping horses.
We should take
what
positions
pace?
by the side of the road in case this is an enemy.
How fast?
Right?
Pretty fast. It's getting closer while you've been asking me that question.
Okay.
Come on.
Let's
Sam and runs to the side of the road.
Hmm.
Lariel's going to say on the side of the bridge.
So, Lyriel, if you're staying on the side of the bridge, you now see a couple of horses, all colored black. They are barreling towards the bridge very quickly, and it appears they're pulling a coach or carriage of some kind behind them. And there is a coachman up top that seems to be spurring them to move very quickly.
What time of day is it?
I'd say probably around 1:30 p.m., maybe 2-ish. So still, it's never light here ever, but it is still daytime.
Irina, is that carriage or man familiar to you?
No, I've never seen a carriage like that. Esha. As the carriage pulls across the bridge, the horses make it across the bridge and then stop. So this carriage and horses are now blocking your path. At the top, driving the coach, you see a very sort of beautiful blonde man, very young seeming, very elegant. And Irina seems to know him, and she'll say, Esha, we thought you were dead. Escher gives her one look. He then hops down. Irina's face sort of doesn't understand. He will walk to the side of the coach. He'll open the door. And a moment passes. Escher is holding the door, head down. And then emerging from that carriage is a man. As he steps out, you can see he's tall, very thin, very well dressed, aristocratic. Black cloak, sort of red doublet, a blood red brooch at his neck, has a long sword ensheathed on his belt. And he starts to walk towards you, and he almost seems to glide. His feet are touching the ground, but it's so smooth that it's almost impossible. And as he looks at you, sort of smiling, he reaches up to adjust that ruby at his neck, and you can see that his fingernails are very long. These are basically claws. And it's as you look at them that you see that his skin is not just pale, it is unnaturally pale. He sort of looks at each of you. Irina, at seeing him, it's kind of it's almost like she got slapped. She's like, she kind of falls back, and she sort of looks down. She says, "Don't look into his eyes. Do not look into his eyes, whatever you do." And he'll step.
Sam takes a step forward to interpose himself between Irina and the figure.
A smile, nod at you. Lady Kolyana, what a pleasant surprise. And you, Rev Samal, I believe. You are very interesting indeed. I'm so pleased to finally meet you. Good day. I am the Count Strahd von Zarovich, and you are newcomers to my domain that I'm having the pleasure of meeting. My friends have told me so much about you. You three, he points to Sam and Gummer and Oksana. You three, I have been somewhat expecting for a few days, but you two, looking at the others, well, you are a very welcome bonus. I'm
You are
very,
bonus.
very, very happy to meet you. Lady Kolyana, have you properly introduced them to my domain? And she'll say, she keeps reaching for that spot on her neck, and her scarf is covering it, but it's like it itches. She can't stop touching it. And Strahd will say, "Come now? Cat got all of your tongues? You must
You have been introduced.
You have. I'm so, so happy. I do apologize if you've heard any, well, folk tales. You know, oh, perhaps you don't. But common people certainly have their uses, but they do tend to embellish stories somewhat."
You mean like the Dursts?
Yes. I did want to speak with you about that. That house was part of my domain, and you have killed the last denizen of that house, and you've caused that house to crumble away forever.
Indeed.
It has occurred to me to dispatch you entirely and put this game to an end. Is there some
Sam
reason I
reaches
should not
towards
do
his
that?
sword.
Strahd will step forward, and he sort of looks and he says, "Would you like to challenge me, Sam?"
I will face you if I must.
Do you want today to be the day?
I do not wish harm to come upon my companions.
Or do I? I don't want to hurt any of you. You're just getting interesting.
So then the matter of the house is behind you, is it?
I
You
suppose.
decided we're more interesting here.
I suppose. Out with the old, in with the new, and you are all quite new. I have some questions, if I may, if you don't mind my asking.
Speak your piece.
Thank you. Ismark Kolyanovich defied me by obstructing the justice I meted out unto his village. I've considered punishing him for his disloyalty. Do you think of any reason I should not do that? Any reason to sort of keep him alive?
Was it clear that the people were supposed to simply succumb to the dead you sent upon them?
I mean, I'm sure you understand that as the lord of these lands. I did not start this business with that village. Not at all. I was minding my own business when a group of 25 or 30 men and women marched upon my castle, killed my servants, and attempted to kill me.
You mistake me.
Yeah,
Killing
that's
the
why.
fosterers.
I do not
I'm sorry?
question. I'm sorry, you mistake me. I do not question the rightness or justness of your response, but simply whether the expectation that they not try to fight the dead was clear to them. If you simply wanted them
You
all
make
dead
an
on the first
excellent
night,
point. I suppose. It would not be any fun if they'd not fought back. Very well. If Ismark does not defy me again, I shall leave him alone.
So
This one. Go ahead. You are very interesting.
thank you. I don't know if we are going to be best friends or not. I'm not sure about your hair. Anyway, I was just going to ask you if you beat this woman, this badass.
It is such an uncouth term. I prefer the term marked. I've marked her. As she's now mine, as is, well, anything in this domain that I wish to be mine, and she certainly is.
So I am very big on consent, okay? Like, she clearly, based off of how she experienced it, I'm not trying to talk for you, Irina, but I just want to say that, like, no means no. And if she did not want to be marked, like, you should be respecting because, no one else is going to, like, want to be around you.
Yes, you are very interesting indeed. Consent. All right. I'll give that one a good long think. Oh my. My. I tell you what, I could make it simple and just take Irina with me now.
Or you could
Would
not.
that make it simpler for all of you if I just
does.
took her?
She does not wish to go with you.
I'd say that makes it considerably more complicated.
I don't understand in any way why it is complicated. I will just kill you all and then I will take her, unless there's some reason I should not do that.
What's Irina doing
We
right
will
now?
resist you.
You can certainly try. Irina is literally just like, you can feel her anger, but she's not speaking and she's not looking at him. She's just looking away.
Irina, what do you think?
I think that we should not trust the Lord. I hope, though, he will let us pass in peace, as we are not threatening his person at all, and we've made no move
Yet.
to hurt him. Strahd will put up a finger to Irina, and he'll look right at you, Lyriel, and he'll say, "You are in my lands, and I think perhaps you ought to be a bit more polite. It's very bad manners to speak the way you are speaking to someone who is your host, as it were."
I don't much care for men who think they have ownership over women.
I don't much care if you care.
You're nobody to me.
He'll put up a finger and he'll say, 1. From the woods behind
4.
you, you start to see dire wolves that are starting to come out. There's about 7 of them. And they are now blocking. Their eyes are trained on you. They're not blocking your retreat.
Sam looks at the direwolves, looks over each of his companions and back to Strahd. Is this how you would end your game? You would end your game so soon?
I just want to disabuse you of this idea that you have some sort of power here. You have whatever agency I let you have, and that is all. So long as you
Okay.
remain interesting, you may be here. as soon as you should try to step above your station, well, that would be the time in which I will have to think of something similar to what I did with Barovia, but I think I'll handle you more personally.
Okay,
But no, I
let's
don't wish to go into
hold
it today.
let's hold our horses and your little dogs. I just, I have a question. I am in very respect to your place. I appreciate you letting us be here. I have a question about this marking business.
Oh, please.
2 questions. I will say is clever. And there's a bit of I would say there's a bit of not deception, but something of that like, but very clever. Have you been following us in the trees like that? And 2 is Irina going to turn in vampire?
Yes, I've been following you in the trees. The bats you have seen. There have also been wolves and rats that you've not noticed. I don't believe Irina's going to turn into a vampire. I'm pretty sure I have a handle on how that works. And no, I don't think so. Not like Doru. That was also very rude. I was not finished with him.
See, Sam?
You-
I was-
Stone brows.
Doru was a true servant of the Morning Lord, Sam. He even bore the mark. It's not his fault I turned him to a spawn. And yet you executed him. For what he was, which was not his fault. It was mine.
I released him.
Was he yours to release, Sam?
He was one of the Morning Lord's children.
I was
Looks up and
there.
he
So
says-
if you,
I'm sorry?
if you he asked for it. If you were not finished with him, you should have controlled him more thoroughly, perhaps.
Oh, that's fair. I should have had him try to kill you. I don't think he'd been up for it, though. I'm quite sure you'd have dispatched him even had he not been willing. As far as this Morning Lord, hasn't been mourning here in a very, very long time. This cloud cover will persist. If the Morning Lord has not helped anyone here in almost 1,000 years, what makes you think he's coming now?
When the shadows come, I will not yield. The Morning Lord does not yield.
And yet he's yielded to me for over 800 years. Here I am, a vampire, standing out in the middle of the daytime. The Morning Lord
Yes, that
should
is
smite me,
curious.
should he not? Shouldn't your Morning Lord come and smite me?
That is a short span of time by some reckonings.
I'm sorry, is it a short time by yours?
No, but perhaps by yours. I would expect you would expect to see changes in your time.
Gosh, you know,
You
I've
do
got
look
to tell
rather
you,
old.
That's 2. So, I have to tell you that, honestly, 800 years is a very, very, very long time. And I have definitely had years and years and years and years where I was so utterly bored. I've actually been asleep for most of the last 100 years, only because there was literally nothing, not one single thing to be awake for. And then people tried to kill me and took care of that. Probably would have been better to just leave me sleeping.
How long have
All
you
right.
known? How long have you known Irina? Or of her?
I have known Irina much longer than Irina has known herself. Tell me, woman with a man in her head, do you believe that a soul, when freed from a body, will find another reincarnation, perhaps? Irina next to you at this point is like, she's having a very hard time not moving her eyes to him. And she's shaking.
Above table, did we hear about our mother, other than like her saying that
You
the
know that
bracelet?
Kolyan found her when she was 4, walking around by the river holding that silver bracelet. And that her mother, who passed when she was 14, so it's probably 10 years ago or so, her mother and father are not her blood mother and father, but they cared for her since she was very young.
It sounds like you have been tracking her or aware of her since you are so all powerful in this land. Did you know her mother?
Oh, yes. I definitely knew her mother.
What kind of look
Considering
is
it-
that?
And he says, Irina's mother was a beautiful woman. Clever, kind. Was quite a shame what happened to Irina's parents. I was not even awake when it happened. Rahadin handles my business while I am resting, as he has done for about the last 800 years or so. He apparently
Sorry, what was that name?
found Rahadin. Rahadin is the name of the elf who rode into the village and said, "Hey, the siege is over,"
Ew.
and told
Right.
Ismark
Oh, okay.
that the parents
You
were
weren't.
dead,
Yeah. I don't,
or the dad was dead. Yeah, that's Rahadin. And I think Ismark might have said his name. I feel like you've heard his name before. Anyway,
We have.
maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's in the house.
yeah, so he'll say, I honestly let Rahadin handle his own business. He told me they were gone when I awoke, and I thought, well, that's a shame. But souls pass on. I have known Irina's soul for a very, very, very long time. Longer again than Irina has known herself.
so are you saying that like her soul has not lived, has lived before her body exists?
Yes.
Do you think it was her mother?
No.
Interesting.
She and her mother were alive at the same time. They could not be one soul, could they? No.
That's true.
The soul of Irina's last vessel was a long, long time ago.
Can I discern? I love we use discern. Discern how he feels about the long, long time ago vessel.
Make an insight check.
Ooh, nat 20.
Nat 20.
Yay!
That's 24.
The only time you see the slightest crack in his confidence is when he looks at Irina. It's not that he's afraid of her, like, killing him or anything like that. He's afraid that he won't be able to control that soul. And you get the idea that he's been trying to control that soul for a very long time. And that soul is the thing that has eluded him. It's very subtle. You would, without a nat 20, you don't know lots of this. It's very subtle, but when he looks at her, there's something different in his eyes. When he looks at you like your hors d'oeuvres. Like, and there's zero fear of any of you or all of you at once. He doesn't care. But when he looks at her, it's like he's marked her, but it's like he's not taking her because he's afraid.